Coming in at 39 foot and 11 inches is the 2021 Dutchmen Atlas 3552 MBKB. And folks, this is a really cool segment. We have some floor plans that are a little bit different when you're talking about sleeping spaces. If you've been watching the show the whole time, been paying attention, one of the things I said earlier was that a lot of times in the back of the RV is where you will have your big feature. And if you take a look around, you kind of pan, you will see that this one at its heart is a rear living floor plan. But a few years ago, the RV industry, and we're starting to see it in a lot of different manufacturers now, came up with something they called a mid-bunk. For the longest time, any bunk rooms were either in the back or occasionally in the front, most of them being in the rear. You'd either have like a rear corner bunk setup, or you would have a bunk room in the back of the RV. And it's great. It's great for sleeping. It's excellent for kids. They have all that space. But what generally would be sacrificed is the living area, right? Like the kids get the best part of the RV, and the adults are kind of stuck, in a little bit smaller space. You can't get as good of configurations. And it just doesn't appeal to a lot of parents. But that was the only option, so that's what people went with. And there are still a lot of great rear bunk floor plans, right? And we've done a number of them throughout this show. We'll continue to do more because they have improved upon them and definitely made them a lot better. But one of the things that came out is a mid-bunk, and I absolutely love this floor plan because, as you can tell, when you walk in, everything appears to be rear living. You have dual opposing slides helping to open up this middle space, and it gives you the center island right here in the kitchen. And you can see this is a huge island, folks. I mean, at 6 foot, right, I have about a 6 foot wingspan. You can see, that is a massive island, beautiful solid surface countertops in here. You have tons of prep space on either side. You have the drying rack right here above the sink. It is a gorgeous stainless steel apron front sink, high-rise pull-out faucet, storage on both sides, and one of my favorite parts, take a look at this. You pull it out and you have a location for 2 trash cans right here, dedicated spot for it. I absolutely love that, and you can see, at a quick glance, the apron front there and all the other storage that comes along with this. So beautiful kitchen space right here. You'll also see the double door fridge freezer combo. Open that up for you so you can take a look at the size here. This one does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. Cool thing about this is with the propane, if you're going somewhere and you don't have shore power, you can still keep things cold. If you move to a residential refrigerator, you're kind of SOL. You need shore power, you need a generator, but here you're good to go. So a lot of people, if you're planning on staying somewhere that doesn't have shore power, still like having a propane refrigerator. Now, it doesn't cool down nearly as quickly as an RV fridge, but it's kind of the trade-offs, right? It's like a lot of things in the RV industry. You have trade-offs. Which way do you want to go? And folks, that's one of the things, right? We're here, we know all these things, especially if you're new. I know a lot of people watching this are new to the RV industry. Let us help you. Let the people with the expertise help you out. If you have questions, if you're like, I do love this mid-bunk as we go through it, but I do want a residential refrigerator. Some manufacturers, that's an option. Sometimes it's not, but we're here to help you. All you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642. That will let one of our specialists get in touch with you to help walk you through, find the perfect RV for you, or at least show you the options that are out there. And if you are interested in buying, it will also lock in the show pricing, which is a huge deal. Right next to the fridge is our cooktop. You see, again, solid surface countertops here. They're beautiful, recessed cooktop, 3-burner there. Lift that guy up. The front one's high output, oven underneath, knobs light up, and then storage all the way around with the big microwave right here up top. Now, let's take a quick look at the living area because you will see the huge TV that is straight across from theater seating. So you can watch it from here on the sofa. You can watch it in the theater seats. You have a great view to that. Storage up top, multimedia center here with HDMI input. So if you want to put like a Blu-ray player or something right here, you're able to plug it in there, which is great. And you will also see the fireplace right down below, which not only looks great, but also helps kick out some actual heat. In the very back is the sofa. So this does fold out into a sleeper. You will see that on both sides you have the end tables, so you have a spot for beverage. And then you will also notice these have electrical outlets and USB ports in case you need to plug in, whatever, laptop, tablet, whatever you may have, plus storage all the way across the top. Now right here, again, pretty common for rear living. I have my theater seating directly across from the TV. This is something in the RV industry they started doing a few years ago because they realized that, you know, sitting here like this and watching the TV like this isn't comfortable. It'll start to hurt your neck after a while. This is a lot more natural. It's how we set up our homes. Why wouldn't we want that for our RVs? So both of these recline so you can kick back and relax. Also in this slide is our freestanding table and chairs right here. You need a place to sit down and have meals together, and this is the place that will allow you to do that. So, you know, you can have 2 people here, 4 people here. It's able to accommodate that. Big windows all the way around. And look, folks, at 6 foot tall, I can still stand in this slide. I can fully stand up here. I'm not hitting my head. So that is, again, another advantage. Now, we've seen this, and you're thinking, Ian, okay, it's a rear living. I got it. What makes this a mid-bunk? Well, that is right here. And this is part of it. And again, there's different floor plans here, right? Some of them have what we have here, which is a sofa and a slide. Some of them will have another bunk above this. This current one does not. You have the sofa, it's a tri-fold. This folds out into a bed, can comfortably sleep 1 to 2 people here, plus the window up top. You'll see at the foot, you have additional storage, right? All the way throughout. So storage top there, on the bottom there, plus a spot for TV. So if you do want a TV in here, you can sit right there on the couch and watch TV. Now, there are some manufacturers that call this a different name. Instead of a mid-bunk, they'll call it like a bonus room, right? Or an extra room. And the reason for that is it doesn't have to be for sleeping. Let's say you want to watch 2 separate shows. Someone can be out here watching a show. Someone can be in here watching a show. Let's say you do have kids and they want to play on the PlayStation, right? They were lucky enough to get one of the new PlayStation 5s because you're the best parents in the world because you were able to get one. You can sit right in here and be able to, and they can sit in here and play while you're out here watching TV or doing whatever else, or maybe you just don't want to hear it. You kind of have their own little space. So there's a lot of different uses for this. I've also heard it called the mother-in-law suite. You know, mother-in-law wants to come around, wants to go camping, she can have her own space right in there. The other part of this, though, and this is, again, common for some mid-bunks, some are a little bit different, is this right up here, and that is the loft space. Not only do we have the sleeping space down there, but we have a ladder built in, and there is additional sleeping space right up here with a cubby hole so that you can sleep more people. USB ports up here to charge cell phones. Folks, this RV can sleep up to 9 people, which is pretty darn incredible. Now, it's definitely a longer RV as most mid-bunks are. That's one of those things, you know, that again, we're able to help you with. Maybe you want a mid-bunk, but maybe you don't have the tow vehicle for it. We're able to help you out with that. This one right here is a smidge under 40 foot. It's 39 foot, 11 inches. Comes in at right around 11,000 pounds dry, a little over. So it's definitely not a small RV, but it is not only large, but also large on features. And this is another part of it I love. I had to show this if we come in here. You have dual vanities, folks. How often do you get that when you have a bunk model, right? Having 2 vanities. This is fantastic. Great storage underneath. You know, little linen closet behind the door. I can fit right here in the shower. You know, there's just a ton of space in here. You know, it's 6 foot tall. Again, more than enough room. And if we take a quick peek into the bedroom, I'll show real quick there before we head out. As you know, I definitely don't want to miss out on some of the things up here. One of them, washer and dryer prep. I know that's a big one for a lot of people. If you're planning on spending a lot of time, maybe you're thinking about full timing, you want to make sure that you have washer dryers so you don't have to make runs to the laundromat. This one is prepped for it. You also see the beds in a slide out. It gives you more room. The windows open on both sides for cross ventilation. You have a wardrobe up front here for storage, plus you'll see you have storage at the foot of the bed and a spot for a TV here in the bedroom. Another thing, this one comes with 1 AC. It is prepped for a second. Now, folks, personally, if it's me, if you're going somewhere warm, you're going to want that second AC. This is a big RV at almost 40 foot. You know, as I said, I would definitely get that second one. I don't think the one is going to be able to handle it personally, but that's, you know, definitely a decision you can make. But as I mentioned, we're here to help, folks. If that's one of those things I can help you out with, or, you know, any specialist that you talk to can help you out with. I want to make sure that you get the RV that works for you. And again, all you have to do is text that keyword fresh to 46642, drop it in the comments section right down below, or give us a call. If you're someone that likes to talk on the phone, I do sometimes, especially if I'm going into depth. You know, I don't want to you know, necessarily text, right? I want to call someone, and you can do that. Just call 877-297-8725. Get in touch with us, and we will make sure we're finding the perfect RV for you. Painted front cap on the front end. Propane, you'll have a 30-pound tank on each side, so you have one here, another one on the other side. But take a look at this. Look at all of this space that you have. I mean, this is massive garage space in here. You know, it does have an LED light going all the way across there. It's not on currently, but it does have the LED light, so it will brighten things up in there. Another thing, and the control is over there, you probably can't see it, but this one does have auto level, folks. You touch a button, this one will level everything, or it'll level itself out. That's something, if you're, you know, just getting into RVing, that's a big deal, right? Because that's one of the most time-intensive parts. You know, once you back it in, once you're able to navigate and hopefully aren't fighting with whoever is guiding you back in, but once you get it into the space, you need to make sure you put blocks underneath and level it out. Having auto level will take a ton of time off setup, really makes life simple. If you take a look up top, you will see two large awnings, one right here, and then another one right back here on the slide. So like your entire campsite has awning coverage, which is fantastic, and LED lights, so you can light it up at night. You have the upgraded steps. The More Ride Step Above Step system works wonderful, very solid, right? I'm over 210 pounds, can run up and down this thing, it doesn't flex. I have the big grab handle for extra control when entering or exiting the RV. I was making our way back a little bit further. I mean, you can see if you want TV, we have TV hookup back here as well. I'm telling you folks, this thing is absolutely phenomenal, and it's at a great price. That's one of those things. There's a lot of mid-bunks out there, so depending on what you want, you know, we have different levels. We have different price points to fit different budgets. This Atlas for the show is starting at $52,915 or as low as $12.67 a day. If that sounds tempting to you, which it absolutely should, for everything you're getting, an almost 40-foot fifth wheel that can sleep 9 people, then you're gonna wanna text the word RV to 46642, because that lets us know that this is the one that you're interested in. If you like what you saw, but you're not 100% sure, maybe you want something a little bit different, that's great. Text the keyword fresh. That'll give you access to over 100,000 pieces of inventory, both on the lot and on order, that we can make sure we're gonna navigate through and get you the best RV.